good afternoon and welcome to this special edition of Island Stat Sports Talk. I'm joined by Scott Barnes, the president of the Bermuda Karting Club. Scott, following the guidance of the stages that we're in, the Bermuda Karting Club is planning to kind of get back into some sort of operation, starting as soon as possible.
Yeah, so this Sunday was our next scheduled race day for our season. With these COVID times, we're having to do something different on Sunday. Unfortunately, where we're at in Bermuda and with government guidelines, you can only gather in still groups of 25. So we had to do something a little different for Sunday, and we're actually splitting our race day in half. So three classes of our drivers will race the morning session from 9 to 12:31. They'll pack up and leave, and then the rest of the classes will come in for the afternoon session, and we'll race the afternoon session so that we still have we still follow the guidelines of government at the 25-person gathering number.
When you say split up in half, because usually you guys have sessions of warm up and all before racing. How does that factor into the time frame in which you're trying to accomplish this?
Correct. So we're still going to have our quote unquote normal race day. We'll still have a morning practice session, and then we'll get into the heat racing. So that's all going to stay the same. What we've done is taken we have four classes that we run. So the 125 tag juniors and 125 tag seniors and the 125 shifter carts will race in the morning. And then they'll pack up and leave. And the LO206 carts will come in and we'll run those. We'll do another practice session for them. And then we'll get into the heat races for the 206 carts so that we hit our 25-person mark.
Yeah, it's been a struggle, obviously, not just for you guys, but for all sports. But I guess the drivers will be chomping at the bit to get back out there. Working with the guidelines, how strenuous has it been for your particular organization?
Sorry, Ross, I didn't catch any of that. You broke up a little bit.
With the fact that your drivers and you guys having to adhere to the government guidelines of how we stage back into racing, how have the drivers and in your club been doing? What have they been doing to ensure that now that you got a race day planned for Sunday, they've been doing to stay mentally and physically in shape?
Yeah, well, obviously, with this since COVID struck last season, we lost pretty much the back half of our season. So a lot of our drivers took to online racing, e-racing, to keep behind the wheel and their hand-eye coordination, what have you, going and stay busy. But we thought we were behind that. We thought we were on track to have a full season this year. We ran our first 4 race days. And then, we had the spike right before Christmas. We had to miss a race day before Christmas. And we missed our last race day 2 weeks ago. So it's been a month and a half since our drivers have been on track. So hopefully everyone's been keeping in shape over the Christmas and New Year's holiday, and they're still kart fit and kart ready. But I know these guys are chomping at the bit to get behind the wheel of a real kart on a real track and get back to some competition. It's like I said, it's been a month and a half, and our drivers want to drive. And if this is what we have to do to be able to go racing, then so be it. This is the crazy world we're living in right now with the COVID times.
Yeah. How has the executive of Karting Club been working behind the scenes to kind of reshuffle the schedule and ensure that you guys can have a full season and full race days, even if they're split?
Yeah. So, I mean, our committee, we have a great team behind us at the Bermuda Karting Club, strong committee. And we've been having a lot of Zoom meetings over the last few months just to make sure that we can keep the ball rolling. And, a lot of our drivers and members pay a lot of money, put a lot of time and effort into their carts to be able to race. and we want to make sure that these guys are getting their money's worth and are able to go racing. So a lot of behind the scenes work from our committee for sure, to be able to get our drivers back on track.
Now, you yourself haven't missed a month and a half of racing because you was actually involved in racing over in Florida. But being behind the wheel in a real race, what does that feel like, knowing that the rest of your competitors locally didn't take up that opportunity, or haven't taken up that opportunity yet to try and get some international exposure?
Yeah, I mean, I've been lucky enough. Like I said, our drivers here haven't raced in a month and a half. I've been lucky enough to have two race weekends over the last month in Daytona and Homestead. So I'm still a little fresh. So I'm thankful for that. But as the president of this club, I want to see our drivers here locally get back on track. So I'm doing everything I can as president to get these guys back on track, to have some fun and have some racing action, so that they're not missing out. Obviously,
And
I like to see
obviously,
more guys coming overseas with me and checking out the international competition. But whatever I can do here to get these guys on track is what I'm going to do.
obviously for this particular day that you guys are going to have these split
Breaking up
races.
again. Breaking up again.
Okay, for you guys having these split races, obviously there's no spectators allowed at this present time. Is that correct? So the gates
Yes.
to the spectator site will be locked.
Strictly drivers and their mechanic only, so that we hit that 25-person guidelines from government. No spectators. The spectator gate will be locked. So yeah, just the 25 drivers and mechanics, or drivers and mechanics, to hit that 25 mark in the morning session, and then another 25 in the afternoon. We're pretty lucky down where we are that we have a facility that is a huge outdoor space. We have a big area down there at Ruby Southside Raceway that we're able to maintain very good social distancing. Everyone's able to stay within their own family bubble very, very easily. Obviously, masks will be worn 100% of the time. But karting's a very socially distanced sport, right? You put your helmet on and you're behind the wheel by yourself. So what better way to social distance than behind the wheel of your go-kart? So yeah, we're lucky down there that we have the facility to socially distance pretty easy, and we can meet government's guidelines and get back to racing.
All right. Well, we want to wish you all the best on Sunday. We'll be in touch with how the day pans out, and let's go racing.
Yeah, obviously we can't wait to get back to our quote unquote normal race days where we can have our friends and our families and spectators watching us. But like I said, man, it's been a little bit too long. We got to get these guys on track to have some fun and get that competition going again and have some good hooks. So we're looking forward to racing on Sunday, and hopefully Bermuda progresses pretty fast through the next stages, and we can get back to some form of normalcy pretty fast.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
Cool. Thanks, Earl, man. Appreciate it.
All right. All right.